Welcome to the Family of J's.
Previously
on the Family of J's.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too
it did not
long.
work. I cried and cried and cried. My heart was broken because I just knew that IUI would work for us. They deemed our situation as unexplained infertility because nothing is wrong with me and nothing is wrong with my husband, but yet even with IUI infertility assistance, it still did not work. And at this point, I was just frustrated beyond measure, frustrated beyond words. All I could do was cry out of frustration. I was against IVF wholeheartedly. I didn't fully understand the process, but I felt like as a healthy 35-year-old that has an abundance of eggs, it was a slap in the face to have to go through IVF.
You know, I want to be authentic here on my channel. I don't always want to show the good. I want to show the bad because this process is grueling. Like, this process is not easy. You definitely have to be strong, you know, mentally, in your heart. Like, you have to have a support system. And I have all of that. You know, our family and friends are supporting us. We have our faith. But now it's kind of like I'm having that empty feeling again. Like, I don't know. It's just reminiscent of just taking the test, and each day it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And then, you know, I'm wondering, is it going to get darker? I think that's another thing. It's like, you know, you can get frustrated in this process of having to wait day after day after day. I think the first week was easy because it was clear that I wasn't pregnant and it was the trigger shot that I was seeing. But it was still comforting to know that, okay, it's a possibility, you know, something can happen. Y'all, it's hard. Like, mentally trying to figure out where you need to be. And I'm trying to stay neutral because, yes, I have hope. I have the faith that I'm going to get pregnant. That's not the issue. I know I'm going to get pregnant. I just don't know the timeline of it all. And I don't want that pressure on me to be pregnant right now because that's what people are speaking over my life. And I don't want that type of pressure. It would be nice, but at the end of the day, I really don't know. How do you find the balance of being hopeful and trusting and believing that you are going to get pregnant, but not getting your hopes up high, but not being negative? You know, I've always kind of struggled with finding the balance on that, of not, you know, it's either one or the other. Either I'm like, I don't want to say super negative, but just looking at the reality. I'm a realist. Looking at the reality of situations, I'm either that, or I do have all the hope and all the faith that this is what it is. It's one or the other. I'm trying to see how to be neutral, like in the middle, to where I'm okay. You know, I'm okay no matter what the outcome is. And I think that's where I'm trying to go, or where I'm trying to be within myself. I'm trying to be okay with either situation, but I'll be more emotionally prepared for this process. And I'm actually kind of shocked myself because I'm typically not the emotional one, but I did want to come on here and just give y'all my raw feelings in this day-to-day process. I'll be okay, but that's what happens. I'm just bold enough to be real and to talk about it.
It is a couple of days later. The last clip y'all saw me on, I was boo-hooing, crying my eyes out because I knew I wasn't pregnant. And I just want to show y'all my pregnancy test from the last cycle.
Hey guys.
Hey, we just got back from church.
Yep.
So I just want to show y'all the test results on what that looked like last cycle. And I'm just going to kind of skim down so you guys can see how the test went from positive to negative. Now on, I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all probably not going to be able to see it, but on, I believe the trigger shot was out of my system on 10 days past trigger. I was 9 DPO. And it was definitely a negative. But then the line got darker the next day on 11 days past trigger, and I was 10 DPO. So this is when the line got darker. I know y'all can't see it, but there was color. It was pink. It got darker. And this is where I believe I was pregnant. I was positive there, but then the next day, 12 days past trigger, 11 DPO, it got back negative again. Like it faded significantly. And this is when I was filming and crying and, because I knew I wasn't pregnant, because you should see the line progressively getting darker if you truly are pregnant. If you are not pregnant, it's just going to continue to fade until you pretty much see nothing. So, all of these tests were negative, and I tested all the way to 14 DPO, 15 days past trigger, and as you can see, stark white, negative. So I just wanted to show y'all what that cycle looked like. So this cycle, I'm trying to stay a little bit more calm, a little bit more relaxed. And some of the things that I am going to do differently is not test out my trigger. My doctor also has me taking 3 pills a day of letrozole because last cycle I really didn't respond that great to the letrozole. I did have a 22 millimeter follicle on the right, but the 2 follicles on my left ovary were only about 12.5 millimeters. And for some doctors, they said if you have a 12 point something for a follicle, more than likely they don't grow. So for instance, if my follicles was at least at a 14, they would have the potential to grow to at least a 18 millimeter. But because it was at a 12, more than likely when I ovulated, it probably stayed at a 12. So I do think that had a factor into why I didn't get pregnant, because the egg just wasn't mature enough. Or my uterine lining wasn't thick enough for the egg to implant. I do believe that my egg did get fertilized, but again, it didn't implant, it didn't stick. So I do believe I had a chemical pregnancy on my last cycle. So some of the things that is going to be different for me this cycle is taking letrozole, taking 3 pills a day to see if I'm going to produce larger follicles. I also been kind of doing some research just to kind of see what I can do on my end to kind of improve my endometrium lining. And I heard that vitamin E is good, fish oil is good, and I think it's called L-carnitine or L something. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Arginine?
Yes, it's called L-arginine. I'm gonna pick up some of those supplements and just kind of take those and see if that helps my lining along the way. And I'm praying that I have some really good follicles on the left and that my uterine lining looks good, because last cycle it was only at a 6. And for you to be deemed to have a good uterine lining, they want your uterine lining to be at least a 8. I got a couple of things to try to work on and to improve. And yeah, that's where we are at. So the next time y'all see me, I don't know if I'm going to keep filming the IUI process. I mean, I filmed everything on the last cycle. I think going forward, I'll probably just start filming me taking live pregnancy tests. So I'm just going to go through this cycle, taking the medications I need to, taking my vitamins. I probably will bring y'all with me for the follicle scan just to see what my follicles are looking like. And then the next time y'all will see me after the follicle scan will probably be me taking my pregnancy test after the 2-week wait. So y'all keep praying for us, and just send us words of encouragement in the comment section, and y'all stay tuned on our journey.
How is the lining looking?
It's about 6 millimeters right now. So typically, it's we want it to be around 8.
Yeah, it was about 6 last cycle, so I'm wondering if I need help with that as well.
Okay. And you have both of your ovaries, correct? You have both of your ovaries?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the left side. Oh, and the right there is the right. Okay. That was the left side.
Okay.
Let's look over here at the right. So you have lots of little ones, but I'm not seeing anything that looks like it ovulated.
Okay.
But what we can do today just to, ease your mind is we can draw blood. And just see where you're at. And then, of course, keep your appointment that you have in a few days.
Now, when I called to make this appointment, he canceled it, so I'll have to put that, schedule that with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just schedule it again. But yeah, let's draw blood work today. We won't get it back until tomorrow because our cutoff for same day is like 9:15 or 9:30 or something like that.
Okay.
So
but it doesn't
but
look
so
like
far,
I ovulated. Okay.
It doesn't look like it to me. I don't see anything on your ovaries that looks like a corpus luteum, that looks like you ovulated, but the blood work is going to tell us for sure.
Okay.
And then that way and I don't see fluid around your ovary. That would suggest that you ovulated.
Okay.
But like I said, let's draw blood work. Just make sure that you, that from the blood work side of things.
Is there something I can do to help the uterine lining? Because I have been worried about that. It kind of stayed at about a 6 something.
Yeah. So yes and no. Sometimes we can give you extra estrogen pills to kind of boost up your lining. Okay. But most of the time when you have a mature egg inside of the follicle, it'll make your lining thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do have a few on the left that's trying to mature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. The one on your left, I think your biggest one was like 13. So it's close. It has a few days. So I'm not surprised that your lining is only 6. I would say, in a few days, like you probably will get to, like an 8.
Maybe an 8 by the 18th.
Yeah, I think so. Let's draw your labs today. Mm-hmm. We'll see where they are tomorrow. And then let's just make an appointment for the 15th instead.
Perfect. Yeah,
and then that'll make you feel better.
Yes.
We can just keep watching. Yeah. We don't want to bring you in so many times. Especially if you're like paying cash or something. It just becomes really expensive. But if it's going to make you feel better, let's bring you in early.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
So make an appointment for Friday. Let's draw your blood today. I'll get the medical assistants to get you a lab order. You can go downstairs and get it drawn.
Okay.
And then we'll have the results tomorrow, and then we'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I think I had told you that. I was like, maybe it's from the letrozole. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Because I was like, it's way too early to be ovulating.
Yeah. So you had a 13 a couple days ago. So
Tuesday, I believe I was here.
Yes. So let's see what
Let's see.
like. And remind me, we're doing an IUI, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so look at this left ovary.
Wow.
That looks great.
Oh my gosh. It's getting bigger.
It's already ready.
Oh.
So that one is a 19.
Okay.
Your lining is thick.
Is it?
So,
So
I
it
think
has
that
grown?
That's mature, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think we talked about last time. I was like, if you have a mature egg, then your lining should be thick, and it is. So it looks like you've got one really good one. These ones might not give you much. Since you are wanting an IUI, I think that we shouldn't wait until Monday because you already have that 19, and I'm worried that you may ovulate it over the weekend. So
Does my uterine lining, is it like past the 6 maybe?
yeah. I think it was 9.
Really?
9.11. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this is good because
Okay.
your lining will be thick if you have a mature egg, and yeah, 9.1. So that's.
We're doing the IUI today. Yeah, I look crazy. I'm trying to stay calm because there's a lot happening today. I'm working from home, but I'm still on the clock for one. But we are going to a sort of couples retreat. We're going to a Airbnb cabin today for the weekend, so we are trying to pack and prepare for that. My husband, he just went off to give his sample. We have to go to the Dallas location, which is much further from us. When y'all saw the follicle scan, that was in another location, which is only about 15 minutes from me. But because there's not going to be a doctor at that location to do the IUI, we have to go to the Dallas location. So my husband, he's on his way there now to give his sample. His appointment is at 11:45, and then we have to go back at 1:45 to do the IUI. After the IUI, we're gonna just get straight on the road and head to the cabin. So I still have to pack. I am also making a cake for dessert. I have to shower, get dressed, and get myself together. I have to do all of this before 1 o'clock. And I'm washing and doing, cleaning up and doing everything in between. So I just wanted to come on here really quickly and let y'all know what's happening. As you saw or as you heard, I do have a follicle that is just about ready on the left. It is at about a 19. My uterine lining looks great, guys. It is at a 9, as you heard. Now, I didn't say this to her, but guys, let me tell you what I've been doing to help my uterine lining, and I didn't think it would happen this quickly. I don't have a whole lot of time to explain the benefits and what it does, but definitely one of the benefits of using castor oil packs is it increases a lot of blood flow to your uterus and to your uterine lining. Guys, I was at a 6 point something on Tuesday, 2 days ago. So my uterine lining grew triple that. It went from 6 point something to 9 point something today. Today is Friday. It's only been 2 days since I've been doing the castor oil pack. I've been doing it every night since Tuesday for about an hour. Some women sleep with it overnight. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a heating pad on my body all night because I sweat as it is. I have hot flashes from the medication. So ladies, if you are TTCing, if you're trying to conceive and you are worried about your uterine lining, try the castor oil packs. I really do believe that that's what helped to get my uterine lining at a 9. I don't think, honestly, guys, my uterine lining has ever been at a 9 because they say you can tell whether or not you have problems with your uterine lining if you have it's based off your periods. So they said, if your periods are not really that heavy, that could be an indication that your uterine lining is thin. Sorry guys, my SD card was full. That means I'm talking too much, but I'm just trying to explain everything. Where I left off was talking about the endometrium lining. And so that was an indicator for me that let me know that my uterine lining is thin because of my periods.
It's not always factual, but it kind of gives you a clue as to what's going on in your body based off your menstruation. All right, guys, so this is the castor oil that I have been using to help my uterine lining. So you want to get the cold pressed non-GMO. It's organic. And you got all that good stuff there, vegan free, hexon free. I'm also going to take the trigger shot. So as soon as I put down this camera, I'm going to take the trigger shot first. And then I'm going to finish packing, cleaning up, and doing all that fun stuff. I don't know if I'm going to bring you guys with me on this trip. I want this vlog to just be about our journey of trying to conceive. There are going to be new couples that we're meeting for the first time, and I don't know how they're going to feel about being on camera. So, you know, I'm just going to let that weekend be our weekend. We need it anyway, because clearly, as y'all can see, it's a lot going on. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need to just get away for a little bit. I'll keep y'all posted, but see y'all later. I'm about to get ready, and stay tuned.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be